Well,
Yes.
maybe I did. Maybe the microphone's not doing too well. Good morning. It is 26 after 10 a.m. 28.4 degrees downtown. Looks like Barbara's on the way to winning this competition. I've got 26 degrees. So, but anyway, it is Tuesday, the 3rd of February. Nice to have everybody on board. And I tell you what, I'm being told I better do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Got to welcome everybody on all the medias that are joining us right now. And little idea, why not do this? Why not sub, thumb, bell, bingo. You know, bell, notifications when we have important people. Much like today's interview, we're talking to the Underbellies. And believe me, I've got a few questions for these guys. I'm sure they're going to be very prepared for me. They've heard of us before, so we've established this. We have. And believe me, I got to welcome everybody, as well as why not subscribe, become part of the family here at Galaxy. We call it the noise, literally, because we hear each and everything you say. We really do. Nice to have you on board. The thummy thing, know what to do with that? Get epileptic. In the meantime, let's get the show on the road. Here's the Underbellies coming out of Palmerston North here in New Zealand. So that gives us a couple of minutes.
Very good. I might put it in here in the background so that we can hear a bit of what's going on.
You do one.
Yeah.
You do one. Well done. Because Terry was 27, wasn't she? Yeah. Okay.
Much
2 days in a row.
No, that's why from here it's easier. Yeah.
Oh dear, this is the way to start the year. It really is. You guys are the first interview we're doing this year so far.
Oh, we're the first one.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
both.
so we're number one slot then. We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, have you watched the news this morning?
Not yet. No, I've been at work.
Okay, I see the SPCA are having a big argument with the government right now.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's all about round bales of hay.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't think the animals. They don't think the animals are getting a square meal.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh, it's like being back in the smoko room at work.
Oh, yeah. You should have taken notes. You really should have taken notes.
No, I don't want to remember that one,
Yeah, well, I'll ask them later. Yeah, believe me. Somebody asked me if you guys are vegetarians. I'll ask you guys later. Believe me.
What?
There's a reason. There really is. We're trying to break a myth.
Okay, yeah.
For 14 years we've been trying to figure this one out. We're still coming. And I'm going to be honest with you. We're heard in every English-speaking country in the world. There's some that aren't as well, which I don't know how it works, but I'll take it. Believe me, I will.
Yeah.
At the moment, how many? 177 countries are tuned in. So that's not bad. That's not bad.
Sorry, how many?
177.
177. Wow. That's really cool, isn't it?
We have quite a listenership, let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Even the BBC can't compete.
It's actually hard to believe there actually are 177 countries, aren't there?
No,
Yeah,
there's more than that.
There's, world famous in New Zealand and all that, and we don't really look for much further than Australia, do we?
Yeah. And I thought the only thing that was world famous in New Zealand was L&P, but never mind.
L&P, Crowded House.
Sorry,
I used to
guys.
work with Crowded House. In fact, I was an engineer for Split Ends back in the day.
Oh, wow. Wow. That would be pretty awesome too.
Well, I've been in...
How long did you do that for?
Oh,
Right.
Look, I've been an engineer for about 40 odd years, working with some of the best bands in the world. I've been very privileged. And some of the best recording studios as well. You know, like I spent about 12 years at Stebbings in Auckland.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah. Yes.
I've been very lucky, I have. And I'll tell you more about that as we go.
Let me just turn it back down.
Yeah, so that we don't get feedback. That's very faint from here.
That, well, oh, 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 oh.
What are you doing? Causing
That was a little
chaos.
loud and it sort of made me press the button too early. It really, really was. I'm talking to the Underbellies this morning and so very, very happy to introduce to you Pedro and Lodge, aka Mark anyway. Nice to have you guys on board and welcome, well, I can't say welcome to New Zealand, but welcome to Galaxy, coming out of Palmerston North. You guys are a little inland, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess we are, and thanks for having us first of all, eh? Kind of put us on. We appreciate it. Hi to everyone at Galaxy and all the listeners. Yes.
Well, you're absolutely right. You know something, first interview of the year, so you're number one for 2026, and that's quite an achievement because, believe me, we had a couple of others lined up a little earlier on. Fortunately, Barbara had a little sicky period there, so we had to divert
So did
that.
you.
So you've squeezed right in there with the number one spot. Now, Lodge, I get it how you got the name. I really, really do, and I'm so happy that you're here in New Zealand. How long have you been in New Zealand?
Yeah, I think it's just over 20 years, Grant. So, yeah, I'm just going through my head, but I think it's 20 or 21. So, yeah, something like that. Yeah, long enough now to figure a few things out, but still trying to... I still miss home, what I call home a little bit. There's some things I still miss about it, but generally, I'm a half Kiwi. Half Kiwi, yeah. I can't say I'm a full-blown Kiwi, but I'm probably... accent doesn't quite fit.
Well, you know, I'm still very, very happy to have you in the country. I really am. Pedro, how long have you been here in New Zealand?
Oh, just under 20 years. I moved in here from the UK, actually, as a unit, as a family. We're a bit of a mongrel. My wife, she's from southern Germany. We met in England, and my two kids were born in England but grew up here. As, you know, they sound very different from me.
You know, you guys have got perfect Kiwi accents. I've got to be honest with you. Couldn't have picked it, not one bit, really. Strange how you find out that people with these great accents here in New Zealand don't come from New Zealand. It really is. But having said that, got to ask you, how did you come to the name Underbellies?
Oh, I think it was partly completely serendipitous and involuntary. I think we were performing at this New Year's Eve party in Waipawa at a big campsite of a good mate of mine of ours who has a band there. And we had to choose a name a bit in a hurry, and just as a bit of a comedy act we started as the Underbellies. We were a duo at the time, and somehow we grew into this band, writing our songs, and now with 5 members we never had a chance of changing the name, I think.
Well, we were actually both playing in another band at the time.
Yes.
And that's often, you know, how it is, Grant, that's how these things come around. We were playing both in a different band, and the guy that was, you know, the front man at some of the band wasn't keen to go and do New Year's Eve performance. He wasn't so keen, you know, but real nice guy, and Matt Amel, his name is, and he's very talented. But he was like, oh, no, he's just not up for going New Year's Eve. So we said, oh well, we'll just go anyway, and that's how it started. Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. For many, many years that I've done concerts over the years and shows and everything, New Year's Eve is the big money night. You never turn that one down.
No. And look, I think at the time, he was going through a bit of a separation or something, had some personal issues going on, and we just thought, that's cool, man. We won't, you know, we're not going to try and twist your arm into it, but we'll just go along and did it. And we did it, and then we realised we kind of had something. From then, we were like, you know, we just did it for the fun at the time, and now, of course, it went from a duo, and now it's just expanded into a full-fledged band, and we've collected people along the way.
Isn't it strange how that happens? I bet you they're Kiwis too.
Let me think about that. They are, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all these non-Kiwis.
Got that weird kind of accent kind of
Original.
thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't tell.
What's that?
Got that weird accent thing going on.
I have.
No, Kiwis do, believe me. You know, yeah.
I'm usually the person with the weird accent.
Well, the strange thing there, Mark, and I'm going to be honest with you, not so long ago, it came out in the news that the Kiwis here in New Zealand have the sexiest accent in the world.
Yeah, that wouldn't be like another one of those world famous things in New Zealand, Grant, where it's a poll that's actually taken like in Auckland or somewhere.
No, it actually came out on a world stage thing, if you know what I mean. It's one of these big things that takes all sorts of things into account, throws it through a computer, and comes out with the solution for the whole world. And apparently, we have the sexiest.
I'm going to go for a French sounding female accent every time.
But now you tell us, Grant, I better start working on it.
Yeah, well, you know something? That's good for Kiwis having a sexy accent,
Yeah.
but you're going for French. Me, personally, I'd go Swedish, to be very honest with you.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Well, I'm thinking you've travelled more than both of us, possibly with what you've done in your past, so you're probably going to have a better idea, I'm thinking, eh?
Yeah.
well, the thing is this, when we used to be in another building up until the COVID thing came along, and we decided, well, what the heck are we doing renting a place when we've got enough to be able to buy our own? So we moved from there into this place, and literally, while we were here, the bosses came to me and says, you know, it's going to be hot in here in the summertime, which it really is. What sort of fan would you like? And I says, well, you know, something about 18, blue eyes, blonde hair, comes from Sweden, does this all day, believe me, I'll take care of the payment. You know what I mean? So they gave me a gold ear. The sales pitch there was, it oscillates.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, it's not quite what you had in mind.
I like my version better, really.
Yeah, your version sounded pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, loved it. Opened up with Darby Lamb. Is that?
Yep.
Did I get that right? Tell
It's
me.
Dubai Layam.
Dubai Lamb. Okay.
It's a fictional place.
Tell me all
very
about it.
exotic.
Tell me
Yes.
all about it. I want to know the whole
So
deal.
I basically had this. I often had very weird dreams, and I ended up waking up in the middle of it, and it was about this. I was in this fantastic holiday on a plane over the equator in the dream, and something goes wrong, and the plane goes down to this place, not seen by anybody else in the world except they go this little island with, in the tropics with beautiful people, beautiful, nice food, and perfect vibes, very green. And then all of a sudden, you realize that something is not right, and they rescue you, and they give you accommodation, and very kind. And then suddenly your phone stops working. You check your luggage and your passport is gone. You look out the window and someone in a green beret with a gun is there just guarding. And you find yourself in the middle of a sort of quiet riot and civil war, and you don't know how to get back. I woke up in the middle of it in a sweat, and it was 3 a.m. I just jumped out of bed and took pen and paper. And 5 minutes after, my wife walks in, wondering where I was gone, because she was woken up by me jumping out of bed. But I knew that if I didn't jot down all the details, including the name of the place, that would have gone by the morning. So yes, that's where the idea of the song came from.
That's a very, very vivid way of putting, your dreams down literally.
Yes.
And love the track. Really, really do. Having said that, you guys got together, 2022? You're only about 4 years in the making of the Underbellies itself. So you got a lot of places to discover, literally. So don't go back there. I can understand about the guy in the berets and the machine guns. I can tell you a story about that. For the last time I was in India, literally, it was rather an eye-opening scenario as well. But, we did have the Resolve, which I think is a good segue into, tell me about Resolve.
Well, Resolve is because we've got 5 band members, and we've got 4 members of the band who write lyrics,
And 3 who writes music.
3 that writes music, 4 vocals. So the Andy, who's guitarist, vocalist, and can play many other things as well. Actually came up with that song, and it's, to me, when I've spoken to him about it, it's more one of those songs like, whereas we look at Dubai I Am, and it's come from a dream. If you look at something like Wrong Train to Bruges, which is one of came from more of a trip from me. That's about a trip from around Europe, which it is true. I got the wrong train to Bruges, and that's where it came from. Resolve really is, for me, is a lot of cool words that Andy's put together, which is kind of probably what he says to me. He's kind of like, how sometimes songwriters like Bowie, for instance, could just come up with some cool phrases and link a few things together, bit like that. So it's not retelling a story, maybe talking a little bit about emotions. Yeah.
Very, very cool. I can tell you a story about Bowie as well. In the meantime, you're right here at Galaxy. Today we're joined by the boys from the Underbellies. Yes, of course, Pedro and Lodge is Resolve. How you feeling, guys? You okay?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We were temporarily joined by one of my cats.
Wait, just temporarily?
Yes, she's gone now. They're alone to themselves, home to themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that language. I've had a few around the house myself. Really have. Wife won't let me get another cat.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got cat, dog, fish, mice.
Children.
It's just, the list seems to be growing, eh?
It does. A collection of life things. I understand.
Yeah.
Barbara's got a farm. She's got a collection of live things as well.
Oh, right, yeah.
She just won't let me ride the sheep.
I wonder how many... That's a relief to hear. I wonder if she sleeps at all.
Sleeps? Barbara? No,
Yeah.
of course not. She's nocturnal. No,
Yeah.
She never sleeps. I know, because I talk to her about, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Every morning?
Yeah.
So
And when I stay overnight in town, I'm up at 2 a.m.
you are up at 2 a.m. because that's what time I
Go to
come
bed at
stumbling down the
11
hallway.
p.m.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I get in here about 9 o'clock at night, and I got to go past reception to get to my office, literally. So Sarah in reception, she leaves out 3 little USB devices, such as this. You know what I mean? Little
Yep.
flash drives. One's today's stats, literally how we performed, as far as listenership around the world. One literally is paperwork that I've got to address, including paying people. I hate that bit. And the other one is requests and it's called literally noise, because that's what we call our audience. We really do. We don't call them fans, don't want to degrade them as fans, and we don't call them an army because that, we don't want to make it what it isn't. But we call them the noise because they're loud, and they keep poor Sarah busy all day. Literally, she's answering and doing all sorts of things with people asking questions from around the world. And namely, that's how we put our breakfast show together, is we pop that little device into the computer, it runs through all the stats, brings up all the music, and that is how it constructs the whole show. Literally, is on how these people around the world perceive your music. And
So do you like the music you're playing, like for instance this song that's playing right now, Resolve, where do you stream that from? Where do you take that from? What source do you use?
we have it in, we have it
Oh.
Yeah, he
Galaxy
sent it.
A's.
Yeah, Pietro sent it.
Yeah.
Pietro sent it to
I-
us.
I see. Yeah, gotcha. But is that generally so? I'll put another way. So, and what sources would you use to take music from, other than like someone like a band giving you a track? Is there a particular catalogue you use, or?
Well, to be quite honest, 90% of what we get are from promoters. Okay, and those guys are making money on saying, hey, listen, we'll put you in touch with a radio station and they want to, do an interview with you, it's going to cost you blah, 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 blah. We don't get a cent. We don't charge anybody anything, literally.
Yeah.
So what the deal is for them and looking after their customers is up to them, you know what I mean? But sometimes, just by sheer luck, we might have a look at YouTube or something like that and go, hey, I like those guys, and we'll get in touch.
Aha. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
About 20 seconds, guys.
Okay.
No worries.
I can hear the ending.
Yeah.
Although that might be delayed from that. Yeah, it goes on at the end.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and of course today we're talking to Pedro and to Lodge from the band The Underbellies. It's strange, every time I hear that name I keep thinking of an Australian crime series.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I really don't mean to be just, but I really do. Every time I hear that I think, must go and have another look at that TV show. Believe me, I enjoyed that show many years ago. And so much of a pleasure to have you guys on board. Now, I do have a young lady coming out of Tucson, and she's asking, guys, as a fan, her name's Sarah too, by the way, as a fan, how do I get in touch with you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on X? Are you are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
Yes, absolutely we do. They can find our contact very easily if they just look for The Underbellies, spelled properly with a plural, anywhere on Facebook, YouTube. They can definitely find our contact there and contact us by email. There's no problem with that. Or by Facebook. We have our own dedicated page. I check it daily.
Now, I got a young man by the name of Gavin coming out of Palermo in Sicily. He's asking, do you have a merch store? How do I get hold of a cap, a koozie and a t-shirt?
Oh, what was the question?
Do you have a merch store? How do I get hold of a cap, a koozie and a t-shirt?
No, we're currently looking at we're looking into that as actually which somebody else, you meet people at different venues and stuff, kind of put us onto. So yeah, we are, because there's a big Underbellies logo.
We have been working on visual.
Yeah, which looks very good. Which looked a bit like a Rolling Stones thing, where of course back in the day you used to have a black Rolling Stones t-shirt with the big lips on it, or we'd have a black t-shirt with our big Underbellies logo on it. So we're kind of it's in the pipe. Yeah, in the pipe.
It's amazing that you would say something like that. I just found out this morning that Trump has banned the Rolling Stones from America. He says they're not American anymore.
Can you do that? Can you?
They're British anyway, aren't they?
Well,
Very much so.
yeah, I mean the bass player I think might be American. What's his name? Daryl, isn't it?
Daryl, believe me.
But
At the same time, Brian May from Queen said Queen will not tour in the US anymore because they don't think it is safe for anybody to go there.
Well, I know Brian May very, very well. I really do. And I have worked with him here in New Zealand when they came to New Zealand doing the Radio Gaga show at the Mount, if you remember that. Believe me, I've worked at that. The stadium, absolutely. But I've also worked with the Rolling Stones the last time they were here in New Zealand as well. And we ended up in Fiji, and guess what? Somebody got a noggin knocker from a coconut.
Oh yes.
yeah, Keith
Keith Richards, Keith Richards.
That was all over the news,
Yeah,
wasn't
so
it?
that is how it happened, is it? That is how it happened.
It is really how I was in the chair next to him, lying next to the pool, and we were underneath this coconut, and this young lady was bringing us drinks, and then all of a sudden, he's all over the ground, and his blood going everywhere, and his legs are flipping around, and we're looking at him going, well, we can't waste a good drink. So we drank his drink first. then called an ambulance. We really did. But, you know,
Yes.
it could have been much worse than what it was, but it was damn funny to watch at the same time. Of course, you
Yeah,
know.
because didn't they fix him in New Zealand? Didn't he get flown to New Zealand and they fixed him here?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Put him
Did
up.
they fix him? Well, yeah, I mean,
Well,
you can't really fix Keith Richards, right? Keith Richards is like, I say fixed him, I mean, you know.
The one thing I did ask Keith was, you know, directions when I was in London at one stage. I ran into him and I says, you know, how do I get from Piccadilly downtown? And he says, oh, that's easy. He sticks a fag in his mouth, he drinks. If you take the main line down here. And definitely, Richards, absolutely. In the meantime,
Brilliant.
we better get back to this. We really must. And yes, I will ask the vegetarian. Okay, well, you know, I'm very reminded I've got to ask this because we still, after 14 years, need to be able to come down to the bottom of this myth. But tell me all about Travelling Man.
Right.
Do you want to do that?
Oh,
Because it's kind of one of...
yes.
It's, so, with one of our members of the band's called Uncle. And Uncle plays harmonica and a bit of keyboards, plays keyboards.
He's the only baby boomer in the band.
Baby boomer, yeah, you could say that. And he wrote that song, didn't he?
Yes.
And it really is about a band that is, or guy in a band that's going from town to town, that's basically setting up his gear. You know, anyone that's done this, set up all the gear, get it all out of the van, set it all up, get it all going as you do. Do a sound check, have a drink, play the gig, put it all down, put it all away, and on to the next one. So that's what the Travelling Man is. He's a man in a band that's doing all the things that we've all done when we've done that stuff. You know?
And you put it into a bluesy, very bluesy.
I did. Yeah, we were going through a bit of a blues thing at the time, and of course I do like blues, and yeah, well we you know.
We have a few guest artists in that track, like Paddy McCloskey from White Power, from the Monotones. I think he did a bit of a track for us there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think with Steve Bennett on the
Steve
drums.
on the drums.
Yeah, and Steve Bennett on the drums. Yeah.
All recorded in our own home studio. We are the quintessential indie band from that point of view. We don't pay anybody to produce our music. We
Now,
do it ourselves.
Pedro, that was one of my questions that I was coming up with too, by the way, is did you get it done professionally in a studio or did you do it in your own studio at home? And believe me, these days, and I've spent almost 40 years in professional studios, over these years, I've noticed today the quality of home studios is, if not better, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be very honest with you, I found over the years a lot of the artists knew what they wanted, just sometimes couldn't quite get it across to the engineer.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's nice to know that the artists themselves now are putting those boots on and taking the responsibility and coming up with the creations that they are today. And that is literally why you guys are playing here at the moment. Literally, we only play the best in the world. We really, really do. And you guys now qualify for that. I want to talk to you about putting you in a magazine too, if you don't mind. Wait, once we finish this, so hang in there. But right now, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, talking to Pedro and to Lodge from the band The Underbellies. Here's Travelling Man.
Let me put it on so that we can hear it too.
Damn, it's hot in
Uh,
here. Have we got the Kiwi air conditioning employed?
Yeah, they're open.
We have. The windows are open? Good.
Windows open.
There's a few seconds like it. There is,
Yeah.
to the very yeah. There's more to
Yeah,
hear
but
where it is
they're
at.
they're going to see the backstage one.
They're going to do what?
They're going to see the backstage what I'm filming.
Oh, they're going to see the backstage?
While the music's playing.
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they better
Yeah.
behave themselves.
Yeah, this is what we do when everything's playing on air. We have a little chat between ourselves. And by
Yeah.
the way, I've been pestered enough now, might as well. You guys aren't vegans by any chance, are you?
No.
No.
No, you're
No.
metahologists like me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a give you an idea, we had a barbecue. We were supposed to do a band practice on Friday here, and it started off with a barbecue. Yeah, so.
Yeah, okay. Well, the reason why I asked this, have either of you ever had a vegan sausage?
I have.
Yeah.
I feel like I did by accident once. Yeah.
Are they made of real vegans or not?
I don't think there's real vegans in there now.
I'm not sure. See, this is where the myth comes in, because Girl Guide biscuits aren't made of Girl Guides.
Oh no, thank God.
That's another one with the no on it. We've not had too many yeses on that one. True. True story. I was doing an interview with one of the representatives from the company Johnson and Johnson, all right? And I knew I was going to be doing this, so I got the receptionist to run down to the shop and go and get me a bottle of baby oil and a bottle of powder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so, you know, for props. And as I was talking to this guy, I lifted up this product and I showed it to him, and he goes, "Yes, Johnson and Johnson baby oil." And I went, how many babies goes in there? End of story.
That was
I've been banned. They won't even return my calls or my emails or anything.
No. I think if we thought hard enough, there's going to be a few products we could come up with that you could lend that line to, eh?
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. But, you know.
Underbelly rub.
Underbelly rub, no. I'm not sure I like the way you said that.
There's a caveat in there, isn't there?
Merchandising, if you ask me.
That's merchandising you just don't want to see.
A wrap in a round tin box with the Underbellies logo on it, with our circular black and red.
No, you're thinking too hard about this.
I have to say that my ideas very often get shot down in flames by my
Hold on, guys.
associates.
20 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to the Underbellies. Of course, we're talking to Pedro and Mark from the band, and I want to give a shout out to everybody else as well, including Alan, Andy, and do I have it right? It is Terry, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Got it right.
He's the outlier in the sense he's very dedicated. He's a drummer and commutes from Wanganui every week, rain or shine.
Whanganui.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are privileged to work with him. I think he really is an a step up. He's one of those fully dedicated musicians. He's a builder. He has a van, and he always has at least 2 drum kits in his van, rain or shine, anytime.
Very cool, very cool. Believe me, I know what it's like, especially when you were saying about travelling man and breaking it down. Believe me, I've travelled around the world with some of the biggest names and some of the best bands in the world, and actually a couple of them have actually come out of Australia with only 4 letters.
Yep. Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, really have, to be very honest with you. One of them, would you believe, had a slight accident with a belt.
As in a belt you hold your pants up with?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you might be able to piece it together. You might. Yeah, you'll figure it out one of these days. Only 4 letters to it, you know. It starts with an I, ends with an X.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think I've got you.
Yeah, I travelled with those guys for about 36 months before that incident happened, and I know exactly what it's like, not only going from city to city, but from country to country, and every airport's starting to look like every other airport, and every motel and lobby is starting to look like everybody else's as well, you know what I mean? It's starting to get a bit, And
well, I'm thinking the size that they got to, there would have been a lot of gear involved in that.
We had 3 stages.
Right.
We were leapfrogging, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
the thing about it was everything was identical, including the desk and everything, which was handy for me because all I had to do at the end of the night is switch everything off and walk away, let everybody else do everything, go to the next venue the next night, and what do you know? It's bingo, it's the same.
Yep, right.
Right down to the all the computer work and everything, we've got it all hooked in anyway and programmed in, so very little to do, and a lot of it would be just press a button and let it do itself in the end of it. So it was a fantastic career, really was, but came to a rather shorter tour than we expected. We were expecting about 52 months and it only come to 36, so things happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of I think it was a bit of probably a shock to just about everybody, I think, when that happened, but yeah.
Yeah, it really was. Having said that, and I've got to be honest with you, I know Rick O'Kasich.
Yep.
I've worked with Rick and the boys from the Cars,
Yep.
and I'm really interested, Pedro, how the hell did you get the rights to Cars?
Oh, we just you can actually purchase the license. So if there are any royalties involved, we will pay. This is Cars from Gary Newman, of course. It's the song Cars. It's not the Cars. And nowadays you can actually purchase the license, and if there are any royalties involved, we are going to pay good old Gary.
Fair enough too. And believe me, Chew by Army from years ago anyway. Having said that, you're right here at Galaxy, joined today by the Underbellies. Here's Cars. Of course it's Gary Newman, not Rick O'Kasich. What was that to?
Yes.
Oh.
We say that I think we could easily cover a Cars songs at some stage.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
We have the sound for it.
Could be magic.
Yep. Why not? Yeah, we have the sound for it. Why not, indeed?
Yeah.
Just the other day, I was listening to one of the least known songs, Panorama, and I swear the guitar player was trying to sound like Brian May.
Yep,
It's a funny song from them.
it is. I know the song. I
Yeah.
really do. We're going to wrap it up right after this, guys, and I really
Yep.
appreciate you putting up with an ugly old man like myself. I really do. But
You must be kidding.
But
It's a pleasure.
don't go anywhere because Barbara's going to want to take some pickies. And I do want
Awesome.
to talk to you about putting you into a magazine. And there's a little bit of a story there because you might notice my hat.
Yes.
Okay, it says,
Yep.
yep. We're opening up radio stations in Bangalore in India. We should be there in the next couple of months. We're just waiting for the
Wow.
investors to get their finger into action. Everything else is all set out, and we've even got studios. We've got everything we need, including licenses, tax numbers, bank accounts, you name it. It's all done. But I'd like to get your permission, if possible, to play your music there.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. 100%.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a pleasure.
Because we're opening up the first one, as I said, within the next number of weeks, literally, and
Yep.
there's a lot more involved after that, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be a progressive thing over the next number of years, and believe me, I'll never see the end of it. I won't, It's going to go on for that many years. It's going to outlast me, and that's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's wonderful because it's employing people over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How did you get into that?
The magazine.
Wow. All right.
To be honest with you, we've known Jay for about. We were in on
Issue 5.
issue number 5 that he was putting out. We were associated with another magazine earlier on than that, but the guy was more concerned about making B-rated movies, which he was. He was making good, Scar movies and everything like that, but he would rather do that than a magazine. And I was a little dejected over that, and Barbara says, listen, let's get involved with these guys. And I went, no, we've had enough of magazines. She goes, we need to get on board with these guys. So we did, and after a number of years, they said, Grant, how would you like to come over and, because we do shows, would you like to come over and do a show for us? And I went, no, no. He says, why not? And I says, well, as an engineer, how many shows do you think I've seen over 40 years? He goes, I don't know. I says, none. Too busy, head down, cans on, don't ever get to see a show. So I'd like to come and see one instead. I'll tell you the rest shortly.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. I'm getting it in my ear from the guys in production
Giving
saying,
a buzz.
ha, you knew it was Gary Newman in the first place. I did, I really did. It was just that I saw cars there and straight away I went, Rico Kasich, because he is a friend of mine. It happens from time to time. So I do apologise, but great track is Cars from not only the Underbellies now, but also back in the day with Gary Newman. Having said that, guys, we are going to have to wrap it up right now, and I've got to thank you so much for coming along and having a chat to me. But I do have to ask, anything new in the can? You got anything coming up in the near future?
Yes. So, first thing is, today's the 3rd. On the 7th of February, we are actually releasing our latest song, which is Bedroom Eyes, written by Andy, one of our members. And it's quite introspective, I think, but the music is quite high tempo and is a very old-fashioned yacht rock vibe number, and which is coming back into fashion, I think.
And we haven't asked too much about where Bedroom Eyes has come from, because if you listen to the lyrics, it was like, okay, I'm not going to ask you, man, too much about this. It sounds pretty personal, and but we like it, yeah.
But it can be read in many keys. We like ambiguous, equivocal lyrics that leave you free to think.
I like that. I really like that. In fact, I'm kind of hoping that you're going to pass it on to us so that we can play it here and get it out on the medias that we have. Believe me, fantastic.
Definitely we can do that.
Yeah, I'll make sure you have a file as a preview.
Very cool. Very cool. Tell you
And we
what.
got 2 more coming in the next month as well.
So next couple of months.
Yes, and one is yours, is Alien Babe, very contemporary.
Very cool. And keep them coming. I'm becoming a very big fan very quickly. Okay, so please keep that coming. We'd be very honoured to be able to play your music. And I'm very humbled to meet you guys. I really am. Thank you for putting up with me. It's been an absolute pleasure. But don't go anywhere just yet, because I do want to talk to you about this magazine and things that go on with the magazine. You'll be fascinated. You really will. But in the meantime, folks, have a very happy and successful day. Thank you for joining us here at Galaxy, and we'll be back on Thursday. I think we're going to have another artist. I'm not quite sure who that's going to be just yet, seeing we've only just got through the number once this year so far. They've survived. They have. The Underbellies have done it. They're happy. They're smiling. No lawsuits involved yet anyway. But join myself and Barbara tomorrow morning between 5:30 in the morning and 10 for the breakfast show, where we only play the best music in the world and 100% Galaxy artists. Indie at the best. You're right here at Galaxy. Have a very happy and successful day. From everybody here, see you tomorrow. From me, happy radio, everyone.
Awesome.